He seems to be broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We're going to get you out of here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's our live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, with us is Brian Bitler. Got Ninos, Zawacky, James Clark, and Jay Briggs here today. Here's how they'll line up for this evening. We've got Ninos, Briggs, Bitler, Clark, Zawacky, and then I will close this one out. All right, NBA on the board here as we're ready to close out the regular season. Just 3 more days, and then we get into the play-in round on a Tuesday. Hockey with the day out, but we've got plenty of games here for Major League Baseball tonight. So let's go ahead. Let's get this one underway. Let's go ahead and welcome in El Ninos to catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. I'll bring El Ninos in right now. El, what's happening?
Hey, Tony, how's it going? I'm going pretty good. How are you doing?
Doing all right. All right, here we go tonight. 10 Eastern Time. We have the Kings here facing the Warriors. A lot on the line here for Golden State here. They're laying 9.5, total 225.
Yeah, another big favorite. There's a few of these tonight with, the standings almost locked up for most of these teams now. The Kings do have an outside shot at catching up to the Grizzlies. They're tying it up, but I'm actually, that's a really small shot, and I think looks like they've pretty much given up on it now. A lot of question marks still heading into this one. I was hoping they'd clear up a little bit by now, but again, the way these teams have looked lately, it looks like I've seen Fox, Herter, Murray, Sabonis all questionable, and I think they all sit out at the before tip-off. So it should be a big blowout for the Warriors. Now, again, this is a big number to be laying. We know the Warriors haven't been too great on the road this season, but if all those guys sit for the Kings, the Warriors should be able to take care of business. Still don't want to be laying double digits though with them on the road, but they should come out strong and laying just 3 points in the third quarter. I think that's where I want to be here in this spot. Let me see what that number is right now. Yeah, I'm seeing 3, so I'll go Warriors -3 in the first quarter. If you see 2.5 still out there, go ahead and grab that, but don't mind laying the 3 there either.
Yeah, Nino says go here with the first quarter. Warriors -2.5 here against the Kings. It really comes down to this. Memphis game starts 2 hours before the Warriors. If Memphis wins that game, there is nothing to play for here for Sacramento. And, of course, they've already kind of showed their hand here. The Kings, they're going to possibly rest. I mean, a lot of these guys, as El read out there, were questionable, and you can just move those guys out if Memphis wins or has a really sizable lead. Again, 2-hour time difference. And of course, these games start about 7:40, so maybe a little bit more here. But they'll know probably midway through the fourth quarter what Memphis is doing. And actually, when the game starts, the Memphis game will be midway through the fourth quarter. Of course, the Bucks have nothing to play for.
Right, the Bucks sitting all their starters as well, or most of them at least. And yeah, it should be, again, they're still playing the games for a reason, but the Grizzlies, another big favorite today, should be able to secure that second spot in the West. So yeah, I think as you said, the Kings probably find out that the Grizzlies are way ahead by the time they have to make their lineup and just decide to sit their players and just go into the playoffs in third place. Not a bad place to be either.
Not a bad place at all. Okay, El Ninos here. Warriors first quarter, later 2.5 here against the Kings. This one have a start time here of 10 Eastern Time. All right, El Ninos, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs from tonight's action. Of course, baseball on the board tonight. Lots of NBA as well. Of course, you got to dive through that minefield and try to see what you can find here. But El Ninos off to a great start in Major League Baseball. 965 units of profit here on over at Pick Dogs. Of course, all document. You can verify that by going to El Ninos' premium handicapper page and check it out. What do you have going on over at the site?
My 3-pack in the MLB went off already, so just 2 plays left there, and my best bet in the NBA. You can get them all by getting long-term 2-for-1 capper specials. Never a bad time for one of those when baseball is going on. Should always have plenty of action more often than not.
That's right, guys. Got to vote with El Ninos over at Pick Dogs. Great results in baseball. It's a Friday, so that 3-pack is a great a 3-day all sports pack is a great way to go. Get all of El Ninos' premium plays for three days when you go to his handicapper page and make that purchase. Use promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. Add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value. El Ninos' 3-day pass here right now at Pick Dogs. Great way to roll here on the weekend. All right, El, as always, great having you on the show. Continued success. We'll catch up with you again next week. But I know you also contribute over at Pick Dogs on the weekend shows.
Yeah, that's right. Should be on tomorrow and Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern. So make sure you check that out with Mitch and some of us cappers you see on the drive-through here. It's always a good time. And yeah, got lots of stuff going on right now in sports. So make sure you tune in.
Tune in indeed. All right, have a great night. Ninos here on the drive-through, and we'll continue here on the coverage, guys. Reminder, you guys, new people, folks come in. If there's any picks, we'll do a complete recap here at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. We have to try some new features here on the drive-through. Of course, let's take a look at the scoreboard right now. If you happen to miss it, as new people come in right now. We had the Mets here finishing 9-3 here against the Marlins. The Mets are big favorites in this one. If you had them on the run line, that was good for you, going well over the total of 7.5. Cubs and the Rangers, Cubs get it done here 2-0. Look at that low total. It does go under a total of 6.5. Phillies just finished off the Reds 5-2. That one stays under. Phillies opened up big favorite. Games in progress. Top of the ninth here. We got Orioles up 7-6 on the Yankees. Yankees off to the lead, but the Orioles coming storming back and taking the lead here on the Yanks here. 7-6. This one flies way over the total of 8.5 at the closing. But this one was at 9.5, then 9, then 8.5 at close. So the folks who took the under got hit hard here as this one goes way over the total. In progress, Mariners up 5-3 on the Cleveland Guardians. This one's still here in the top middle of the seventh. We have Astros and Twins. Twins just pushed one across to tie it up at 1-1. Astros had led this for most of the afternoon here at 1-0, but here in the bottom of the seventh, we've seen the Twins push across a run. The tied up looks like it's the Twins will get. It looks like the Astros will get out of this one, so we'll go 1-1 here to the top of the eighth as side retired here. 1-1 is the score between Astros and Twins, and of course Pittsburgh pounding the White Sox. White Sox bullpen getting hammered. Remember, that was a question mark with this White Sox, was the bullpen, and we're getting pounded here. 12-7 here. Pirates are on fire here. Bottom of the sixth, so we'll see how this Pirate might be the big story here of 2023, the Pittsburgh Pirates. We'll see how they roll. And of course, the Royals pushed one across here. They were down 1-0, now up 2-1 here. We're now Giants batting here, bottom of the sixth. Looks like they pulled Keller out. Looks like here for. So now we're into the bullpen. Yarborough in there for Kansas City against the Giants here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Royals up 2-1, and look at that big dog for the Royals. We'll see if this can hang. There's still a lot to go, a lot of games left to be played here. And of course, just starting here, bottom of the hour will be the Athletics and Rays, and of course we'll have the Padres. Atlanta will be going off as well. Atlanta favored here. Cardinals and Brewers still to come, and we've got also Nationals, Rockies. Look at that low number on the Rockies here. So Nationals at plus 108, and of course late night action tonight will feature as well. Blue Jays, Angels, and Dodgers, Diamondbacks with Kershaw on the mound. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. Up next, let's go ahead and welcome in Jay Briggs. We'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Let's get him in right now. I hope you guys are catching his jam session every day here on the channel. Jay, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony T? How you doing today?
Doing great. All right, here we go. Major League Baseball, a late night game. MLB Network has the Angels hosting the Blue Jays. Angels home opener here. They're favored minus 125, total 9.5.
Yes, sir. I know I got my Blue Jays hat on today, but I do not think today will be a Blue Jays day. I think today is an Angels day, and I'm going to take the Angels on the money line. I just don't think it's a great spot for the Blue Jays with Bassett on the mound, man. He got hammered in his first meeting. 4 home runs he gave up, 10 hits. He did not look good in that first outing, man. Who did look good was Sandoval, and I think Sandoval has another good outing, and he leads the Angels to a win in this one. Blue Jays still waiting to get home. I think when they get there, they'll get back to that money team we know they are. Angels, I think they'll be a little better this season than they were last season. I like for them to get a win here. I'm going to take the Angels on that line.
All right, Jay here, Angels here, minus 125 against the Blue Jays. Remember last year, Angels off to that good start. People had pegged them for the wild card, right? Oh, this is going to be a playoff team, no doubt. I don't think they're good enough against Houston, but they're good enough to make the wild card. And then all of a sudden, here come all the injuries, and then that 13, 14, I don't know what it was, long losing streak, and say goodbye to Joe Madden.
Yeah, hopefully, they can avoid that this year. And, because this is a team with a lot of talent. We want to see the Angels in the playoffs. We want to see Ohtani, under some real – him and Trout under some real, meaningful baseball. We want to see that. So, hopefully, they don't tail off like that this year. They, 4-2, solid start for them. I think they moved to 5-2 today as well.
All right, we got Jay here. The Angels minus 125 here against the Blue Jays. This one to have a start time here. 9:30 on MLB Network. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge from tonight's action. Big card here from the NBA, but 11 games as well. Still a lot of Major League Baseball in prime time. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yes, sir. I had a 3-pack in the MLB. That pack is already gone, but my $25 MLB play of the day is still on the board currently. So you can scoop that up, man. 6-2 on that play to begin the season. We did drop it yesterday, but we get back on track with it today, man. Scoop it up, $25. And I also got my $19 NBA Jam Session play for sale at Pick Dogs Premium as well. My favorite play on the board in the NBA. I'm going super light in the NBA these next few days. As you know, it's kind of brutal as we're waiting for the play-in tournament. But on those days, I should have at least one play that I could edge out for you guys. And I actually really love tonight's play, man. So scoop it up, $19 over at Pick Dogs Premium. Hop on some long-term, though. As I said, the NBA playoffs right around the corner. We've had a good month in the NBA. You know, as we close out the season, we're going to try to keep that rolling into the playoffs. MLB's here as well, so can't go wrong with some long-term.
That's right. Long term with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dodge from his jam session up there on the board. Long term, a lot of you guys on the weekends, I see a lot of those 3-day passes go across here. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, get your coverage. Remainder of the NBA regular season, as well as tomorrow, big card in NHL, as well as Action Sunday. And of course, all the baseball for this weekend. 3-day pass, a great value right here on the weekends. Promo code PICK at checkout, and you'll save 15% off at a second capper with the 2-point capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Jay, as always, great having you on the show. Lots going on over at Pick Dogs. You also guest on the morning shows on the weekends, as well as your NBA Jam video and live at 4 Eastern.
Yes, sir. You can catch me tomorrow and Sunday on the morning show with all the guys. And you can catch me in the evening as well, as I have my own live jam session. I come through. I run through every game twice on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel, first in the morning and then in the evening as I bring on a guest. Today's guest was Mitch, man. Mitch came on the show today. So y'all can go watch that episode with me and Mitch as we tried to break down this tough NBA card today. You can check that out after the drive-thru.
Oh, yeah, and check it out there, guys. And whenever Jay's live or he drops these videos, make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications, get the plays in real time to get the best numbers. All right, Jay, have yourself a great evening and weekend. We'll catch up with you again on Monday.
Yes, sir, Tony. See you on Monday. By then, I'll know if my Mavs are in the playoffs, man. I'm a huge Grizzlies fan on Sunday. Huge Grizzlies fan on Sunday. I was hoping that the Milwaukee Bucks was going to play today, so the Grizzlies would lose and then have a reason to play on Sunday. But it's not looking too great for me. But hope's not lost. And hopefully next time I talk to you, my Mavs will be in the play-in.
Yeah, and I heard news earlier today about Irving. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, he won't play tonight. I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, Lucas looks like he's still a play, and the Bulls, it looks like they're sitting most of their guys. So
Bulls
it's
are
not
locked
the end
in.
of the world.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world, man. We just need a win. It's not like, they need to cover the spread or anything. They don't care about that. They just need a win. So it's not the end of the world. And our last game's against San Antonio. So if we do get in, I think we're trying to prioritize health. If not, then we'll see these guys next season.
Yeah, you got also Green, Hardaway, Irving, Kleber, and Wood out for the Dallas Mavericks. Of course, they're pretty much sitting there. Starting five are the Bulls, as they are the 10th seed. So they got the long haul. They got to win every play-in game on the road when you're the 10th seed. So that's what they're going to be traveling. They're traveling, and if they win, they'll be on the road to start the playoffs. So they will have no home cooking for some time.
Most likely in Milwaukee at that. So.
And that'll be a clean sweep there. So there you go. All right, Jay, have yourself a great night. We'll catch up with you again next week.
See you on Monday, Tony.
Hey, Jay Briggs here on the drive-thru. Guys, if you missed a pick, we'll recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Brian Bitler is up next. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Does great work up there. We think we're ready to roll with Brian. Brian, what's happening?
I'll tell you what, glad to be here on a Friday night. Great group of guys. Might be a small group, but we got Rod, Zawacky, Jay Briggs. All the best handicappers are right here on Friday night. I got to say, though, I don't know about the Dallas Mavericks. They don't make the playoffs. I think heads should roll in Dallas. I mean, all that talent, you got to make the playoffs.
You got to make the playoffs. Yeah, remember when
make the playoffs.
Jason Kidd really didn't get any heat. Well, last year not much, but man, I remember when he was as a head coach, he took a lot of heat from everybody, and I don't know if he'll start to feel it now after this.
For sure, 100%.
All right, here we go tonight. NBA Grizzlies here on the road with something to play for. Bucks pretty much clinched the East and home field throughout the playoffs. This one on NBA TV with the Grizzlies laying 7.
I tell you what, this is the time of year where we see some crazy NBA lines, but sometimes the crazier line seems the more I like it. Bucks really 0 to play for, up 3 in the conference, and number 1 seed with 2 to play. So all their key guys looks like they're going to sit out tonight. Grizzlies sit 2 games up on the Kings with 2 to play. So no going through the motions here for Memphis. Grizzlies have been horrible on the road, though. 13-26, the third worst cover team in the NBA on the road. Grizzlies do have a couple injuries, but it looks like their key players will be playing here. Grizzlies come in off that overtime loss to the Pelicans. So I think Memphis is going to look to turn that around. I think they really cruised to win and cover for us. Grizzlies 9-4-1 last 14 Friday games, and Memphis has covered 5 of the last 6 against the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm going to take the Memphis Grizzlies here and lay that boatload of points.
All right, Brian here on the Grizzlies, the 7 here against the Bucks. Of course, there is a lot at stake here for the Grizzlies. They can clinch the 2 seed in the West, and of course, with the 2 seed in the West means you get home court the first 2 rounds, right? So, likely the Kings, if they get past their first round opponent, if there's a 2 versus 3 in the West, that means Memphis will have home court.
For sure. I mean, in the NBA, even bigger than any other sport is that home court advantage. You got to have it. And, in the playoffs, it's even more of a factor here. So definitely Grizzlies want to get this game.
Especially when you look at the home run splits, no team needs home court more than the Memphis Grizzlies, how strong they are at home and how weak they are on the road.
Oh, yeah.
Almost like the Warriors a little bit, although Memphis has pulled out a little bit more wins on the road.
I wonder how the Cleveland Cavaliers numbers are on the road. I know cover-wise they aren't the best on the road, and at home they're a pretty good cover team. I think the Cleveland Cavaliers are another one of those teams that needs home court advantage.
Yeah, another one indeed. And of course, they really need the rim protector, Allen. They need those guys to be healthy. And I just don't see Cleveland as a team that when they face the elite, teams, I think that's when they go haywire here. Just looking at the Grizzlies, 15-24 on the road this season. So it's been kind of a rough go here. But again, this is a different situation. This is like it's pretty much a bench game here for Bucks. Bucks sitting everybody. Grizzlies playing for that number 2 seed. And of course, if you get that 2 seed, it means you could rest on Sunday. You don't have to play.
For sure. And, you want to be rested going into the playoffs. So that really means a lot. Just look at the NFL with those bye weeks and teams resting before the playoffs. It's the same thing going on in the NBA tonight.
All right, we got Brian here, Grizzlies 7 here against the Bucks. This one to have a start time here, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Since there's a meaning to it, it'll be on NBA TV. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, a big NBA card, 11-game card. We got 6 still to go from baseball. Game starting here in about 20 minutes. Good results over the last 7 days. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
I tell you what, I only got 1 premium play left on the board. I got 2 right now pending, but it's my best premium play, my titanium play. I'm on a 15-6 last 21 run. That's a 71% hit rate on that $19 titanium play. Also, long-term 139-97 last 236 for a 59% hit rate. You can get my $19 titanium best bet over at pickdogs.com. It's in Major League Baseball. It's a night game, so you got plenty of time to get in on.
All right, guys, got on board with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dodge Premium, showing good results here, positive yesterday, last 7 days, last 30 days, showing great results. So get on board with Brian. Remember the long-term pass, great time on the weekend to get that 3-day pass. Get all of Brian's premium plays for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all his NBA, MLB, and of course NHL. We have a big NHL card here tomorrow. Get on board. You see the great results. Pick is a promo code to save 15% off. All right, Brian, as always, great having your show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again on Monday.
I tell you what, Tony, you have a great weekend. Enjoy your holiday. Hopefully, there's Easter Bunny makes a visit to Tony T's household tonight. But you have a good weekend, and I'll catch you on Monday.
You as well. We'll catch you on Monday. Brian Bitler here on the Drive-Thru. Guys, if you missed a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the Drive-Thru. Up next is James Clark. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring James in. He's always been good to us here on the show, so we'll go ahead and bring him in right now. James, how's it going?
Pretty good, Tony. How are you tonight, buddy?
Doing awesome. All right, here we go tonight. We'll go to Major League Baseball here as the Braves and Padres get together. They had a really good one last night here, but the Padres bullpen kind of ruined it there for their hitters who made that really good run. Hit. It's not easy to hit Spencer Strider. They got it done, but the bullpen let him down. That was a tough one. But anyway, tonight, Braves favored your total 8.5, but you're going to be looking at this one a little differently.
Yeah, guys. Last night you had 2 good pitchers going at each other, and there was still a lot of runs, in that game, and tonight I look for the same thing. I look for a lot of runs, a lot of hits. I look for a home run, guys. Last year I gave out a lot of home runs. Winners to hit. Tonight I really love this one, guys. Like Matt Olson to hit a home run tonight, plus 350, plus 400. Just look at your books. They all got different odds on it, especially on your home runs. But you look, his last 10 at bats, he's hit 3 home runs. Against Martinez, I was looking it up earlier. He's 4 for 9 against Martinez with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs. So here he is again. Matt Olson, he was big for the Braves last year. Braves are one of my favorite teams. I live here in West Virginia. Really ain't got a team. Braves are one of my favorite teams. So I really like Olson tonight to hit us a home run, that plus 350. I see a lot of runs scored in this game and a lot of home runs. So I really like Olson tonight, guys.
All right, we got James here on Mount Olson hit home run plus 350, plus 400. You might say, why the odds so big? Well, the weather does call for rain in this one. It does show the wind blowing in. Of course, it says 16 miles per hour blowing in. But again, you just never know the situation. The wind it's funny to hear a windy day, but at some point it's going to stop, it's going to stop blowing. And, we kind of get carried away with the wind sometimes that it's going to be blowing the entire game.
Yeah, that's true. I looked at the wind too coming in, but I'm the same way, Tony. The wind don't sit and constantly blow, 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 blow. It ain't like it's a big wind tornado or something come through there. It stopped at times. There'll be 2 or 3 innings the wind don't even blow, and just up at the right time. But big thing is also, man, he's been red hot here against Martinez, and that's the reason why I like him. I like him to hit a home run. You faced a guy 9 times. You've hit 2 home runs off of him with 4 RBIs. I mean, you pretty much you know what's coming at you if you're hitting a guy like that.
And it's funny because if it were these windy conditions, you would see the line move, and it's still sitting 9.5, and it kind of where it opened.
Yeah, that too. 9.5. It should be a 10. I think 11. Especially if you look at from last game, I think a 10 or 11 points. Runs here because last night, like I said, you had 2 good pitchers that usually put you under a number. I think the number is 7.5, and you said what the score was, 7-6. I look for a lot of runs same way as tonight. To get 10 or 11 runs with these 2 teams. The firepower they got from the first batter to the 9th batter in both of these teams, I see a lot of runs coming.
All right, James, like Matt Olson, home run plus 350 or plus 400. Check your book. This one will have a start time here of 7:20 Eastern time. All right, James, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, on the board, 6 still to go from Major League Baseball, 11-game card from the NBA. Great units here, as you see, from Major League Baseball from James, doing great work there. All right, tonight, what do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Guys, I got 2 3-packs up. I got a 3-pack in the MLB up. And I got a 3-pack in the NBA up. I'll probably go light after tonight. Everybody is with the playoffs. But I picked up 3 games that I really liked in the NBA. I've been red hot here lately, guys, in the MLB too. I was number 1 last year, starting out pretty hot this year in the MLB, looking to go 3-0 in either one of those packs. And I also had, one of my 10-star play. It done went off. I got the Mariners guys plus money. I really liked them today. Looks like they're taking care of business right now. Hopefully they hold on. But like I said, get into those 3 packs. Or sign up for a long-term package, guys. 3, 7, or 30 days. Or like I say every time on the show, we got the best cappers in the world, and we do by far. So team me up with any of the cappers that's on the show or it's on the site, and we'll definitely put some money in your pockets.
Get some money in pocket with James Clark. You see the great results at MLB. He's got a 3-pack up there right now. Or why not get that 3-day all sports pass? It's the weekend, right? Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All of James Premium plays for 3 days. All the baseball, big cards here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, as well as NBA, as well NHL. So get on board. Use promo code PINK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. Add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there, right? James, as always, great having you show. See that success. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, Tony. Appreciate you having me on the show. Let's cash some tickets tonight. God bless everybody this weekend, and I'll see y'all Monday.
Indeed. James Clark here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on here on the show, guys. If you missed a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Up next, we have Rod Zawacky up next. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Got some baseball coverage here from Rod. We'll bring him in right now as we are seeing. We'll get Rod ready to roll here. Rod Zawacky. Here we go, Rod. Rod, what's happening here on Steak Friday?
Hey, not too much. It's Friday. We're enjoying some afternoon baseball. Enjoying the nice plus 6 weather we've had this afternoon. Stuff melting, running through the slop. Dogs had fun, so definitely enjoyable day so far.
There we go.
Let's get some money.
Spring is in the air. There we go. They're playing baseball. But anyway, Rod, we're playing baseball tonight here with the Brewers hosting the Cardinals here. Brew Crew laying $1.50, total 8.5.
Yeah, Cardinals heading out on the road for their first game on the road this season, and you look at this Brew Crew. They lost the first game of the season. They've won 5 straight since, and they're sending Woodruff to the mound. Woodruff in his first start, he had a good start. Went 6 innings, gave up 3 hits, did give up 1 home run, but that doesn't concern me too much. It happens. Went through 97 pitches in that start on the road. Turns out the Brewers got a win in that one eventually. He got the no decision. But here at home is where we are for this one. And Woodruff on the road last season, or at home last season, was he pitched lights out. He went 8-0 at home with a 2.06 ERA. So I expect him to have another solid start here. And when you look at Flaherty on the other side for the Cardinals, sure, he gave up no runs, got the win versus the Blue Jays last time out, but he gave up 7 walks. Also would have taken his 1 hit here and there, and would have blown that game right out of the water. I just don't trust Flaherty. You look at Flaherty over the last 3 seasons. He's definitely been injury prone. He's started in 32 games over the last 3 seasons since we see him in 2019 with a solid season there. It's with a nice 2.75 ERA. So I don't trust Flaherty at all. Over those last 3 seasons, as I said, he's got a 4 ERA, a 3.22 ERA, and a 4.9 ERA. I think the Brewers get to him. It might be a pitcher's duel early, but you look at the Cardinals, 1-8 in their last 9 when their opponent scores 5 runs or more in the previous game, and also 1-6 in their last 7 versus a team with a winning record. Well, the Brewers, as I said, won 5 straight. I'm not getting in front of this train, especially with Woodruff at home, who went 8-0 last season. We're going to take the Brewers to handle up on the Cardinals in this one. Take them on the run line. I think they win easily in this one tonight.
We got Rod here on the run line. Brewers run line, run and a half here in this one here against the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinal team has had their struggles. I think that they benched the guy for not hustling home last night, so there's some issues there with St. Louis. Controversial manager change. Remember recently with this club, and also too, now Flaherty is the concern here, right? Because no matter how you slice it, I know that people are going to see those no runs, but those 7 walks are just, you can't do that right now.
Right, he got away with that in the first game this season, where he did give up the 7 walks and gave up no runs. And it's like, how does that happen? Well, you get some good defense behind you, a nice bounce here and there, and you got lucky and got out of an inning here and there. But for me, you look at the Cardinals, their last 9 games versus the National League, they have failed to cover that run line in 9 straight versus another National League opponent. So they're also 0-7. As an underdog versus the National League as well. So that's why I'm taking this run line here. Brewers.
Right. Brewers.
8. I'm also going to take Woodruff over his strikeout total at 7.5. I think
nice.
He has a solid outing here, and he mows down some Cardinals in this one. I think he gets 10. Last time he faced these Cardinals was last season, and he finished that game with 10 strikeouts. So over the 7.5 strikeouts here, I'm laying the bet on that one as well. Woodruff has a solid outing here.
Woodruff with a solid outing here, says Rod Zawacky. Of course, Rod Zawacky here on the Brewers run line, like the run and a half against the Cardinals, plus 130. This one to have a start time here of 8 Eastern time. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. Of course, 6 on the board for Major League Baseball. Got a game starting with less than 5 minutes away. Still 11-game card from NBA heading to a nice weekend. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, definitely heading into a nice weekend. I've got one play left on the board for you guys tonight, and it's my $19 play. It's my MLB Titanium play, my top rated play in today's MLB action. Heading over to Pick Dogs Premium, scoop that up, grab my $19 play, jump aboard, and when that's a winner, hey, jump aboard tomorrow. We got a loaded NHL card, 16 games in action tomorrow. Plus, there's a bunch more in baseball and a few more NBA. I'm not going to lie, I'm going to dabble very lightly in the NBA over the weekend here. With all these teams that are probably just going that have nothing to play for, they're going to rest a bunch of guys. So definitely going to take it light in the NBA for sure this weekend. But loaded NHL, loaded MLB card, loving this weekend. Jump aboard, use that 3-day pass. I'll even have Monday's action in there for you ahead of time. That way you get 3 days for the price of 4. That way you have a nice happy Easter. So appreciate everybody. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. Save 50% off all your purchases over at Pick Dogs Premium.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Rod Zawacky over at Pick Dogs Premium. 3-day pass, way to row here. All the baseball, of course, all the big hockey card tomorrow. 16-game card. Got 16-game card NBA Sunday, 3 tomorrow. Of course, Rod's going to be looking at NHL and NBA predominantly here to close out this weekend. So you want to get all those baseball and hockey plays here from Rod for that 3-day pass. So get on board. All right, Rod, as always, great having the show. I know there's a lot going on over at Pick Dogs, that Puck Dogs video series here with you and Chris with the NHL videos, and, of course, the morning show.
Yeah, definitely tune in to the morning show tomorrow. Definitely a good show. We always have all the bunch of different cappers always join us on the weekend shows. Definitely good times. Check that out. Also, make sure you like, subscribe. That way you get notified when those Puck Dogs videos get released that me and Chris have done. We did 16 for tomorrow, plus the parlay. We've also hit back-to-back parlays on that. So definitely go over, check it out. Coming up, prop parlay in the near future that we like. Nice. So definitely you want to go check that out at Big Dogs. All the great content there for you that we love. It's that time of year. We're getting excited. Spring is in the air, as you said. So you got baseball, we got hockey playoffs about to start. Love this time of year. Loves it. Spring is in the air.
Spring is in the air. Rod's ready to roll here. It is.
So, I am. I'm ready to roll.
Let's roll. Oilers are looking good. Got to try and catch Vegas, see what happens. So lots happening here. Indeed. All right, Rod. Have yourself a great weekend. Enjoy the steak tonight, and we'll catch up with you again on Monday.
Yeah, you have yourself a wonderful weekend, Tony, and we'll catch you on Monday. See everybody else tomorrow morning. Tomorrow
morning. Catch him 10 a.m. Eastern time with that morning show. All right, Rod, catch up with you later. Rod Zawacky here on the drive-thru. Guys, if you missed a pick, we're going to recap here at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's get you caught up on some of the baseball that was in progress. I know we had left you with some of the games here. Yankees and Orioles. Orioles get it done. 7-6. Beat the Yankees. That one goes well over the total of 8.5. We had mentioned it opened at 9.5, came down to 9, and at the end of the day here, at that start time, I should say, 8.5. Yankees closed as the favorite. Also, Mariners and Guardians in progress right now, 5-3. Mariners threatening here with 2 runners on here with 2 outs here, top of the 9th here. Guardians were favored -117 in this one, and Mariners up 5-3. Also, 1-1 still Astros and the Twins. Astros out now, so we go to the bottom of the 9th in this one, 1-1. Astros, Twins closed at -124, total 7.5. But remember this nonsense with these extra innings, so you're still sweating. If you have the under here, remember they're going to put a guy on second base if this goes to the 10th inning. Pirates, that's the story so far this young season has been this Pirates. Look at them, 12-7 here against the White Sox. Remember, Giolito was the starter. Again, the White Sox bullpen has been trashed, and again, they got trashed. The collector showed up and threw them out again. So 12-7 here for the Pirates. And, of course, Royals pushed across another one, up 3-1. This Giants team was hot coming in. The Royals were ice cold. And, of course, what happens? The ice cold team is bouncing back here. But still a lot to go here. 1 out for the Giants. Bottom of the 8th here. As we just started, Chapman on the mound here for the Royals. That's right, that Chapman. He's on the hill for the Royals. He's with the Royals now, and that is how we see that one. All right, we'll get to the next game here. Starting here in just minutes here is the Athletics and Rays. Rays huge favorites here. The run line's held steady about -127 here. I know a lot of people probably looking at the run line tonight with this Rays team. Still left to go here with the Padres and Braves. Atlanta's still at -116. Brewers 146 on the Cardinals. And of course, Rockies here and Angels still favored here. Down to 121. That was a little higher recently. Total's now 9.5. D-backs and Dodgers. Remember Kershaw and Bumgarner. There's your results there. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Now time for my pick. Let me get my game up here for you. Rockies and the Nationals in this one tonight. And we're going to be looking here in this one at the Nationals here, plus 106 here against the Rockies. Mackenzie Gore, the former Padre, came out with a really good start there against Atlanta to open up the season. He did appear in 16 games for San Diego last season. ERA of 4.50. Lefty faced Atlanta at home in his opener, allowed just 1 earned run and 6 strikeouts in 5 1/3 innings. Remember Jose Urena? He just couldn't figure it out with Florida, right? With the Miami team. Had some struggles. Came over to Colorado, posted an ERA of 5, and he's got some issues. The righty faced the Padres on the road to open up the season. Gave up 4 earned runs, 4 walks, and 2 2/3 innings. When Gore started, the Nationals posted their only win against Atlanta. Okay, he's the guy. He's the guy on the mound when they got their only win. Urena and the bullpen, the massive concern here for Colorado. So we're going to be looking here at the Nationals here at plus 106. All right, guys, check out Pick Dog Stream. I got a best bet up there right now for Major League Baseball, so get on board with that. My $19 premium is on the board. Of course, you can also get on board with my long-term passes. We talk about the 3-day pass. It's a great time to get on board with that. Get all my premium plays for 3 days, include all my baseball and NBA here for 3 days with that 3-day pass. Remember, pick is a promo code. You'll save 20% off at checkout. You can also add a second capper with the 2-point capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. It's time to recap the games from today. All right, we're going to pull the recap screen up here. Today we had Ninos. He liked the Warriors here. First quarter laid the 2.5 here against the Kings. Jay was on the Angels, laid the minus 125 against the Blue Jays. Brian was on the Grizzlies, laid the 7 against the Bucks. James Clark, Matt Olson hit a home run at plus 350. Rod was on the Brewers run line, laid the 1.5 plus 130 against the Cardinals. I'll be on the Nationals plus 106 against the Rockies. All right, that's going to do it for this edition here of the Drive-Thru, guys. Make sure you tune in again here on Monday at 6 Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers here from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. They'll go with the place for you here in prime time. Don't forget, it always gets started every day, 10 a.m. each time. It's the morning show. We'll have it again this weekend. Mitch, Rod, and Chris. A little different on the formats on the weekends. A lot of the cappers you see from Pick Dogs will be on in a similar format like this. A lot of them will be joined Mitch and Chris. So tune in at 10 a.m. during the weekend. Of course, lots of content here on the Pick Dogs channel. Of course, you got the Puck Dogs with Rod and Chris. They're one of those NHL videos, NHL video picks. We also have Ron Romanelli's Rundown, Major League Baseball on the board, as well as the NBA Jam Session. The morning version on recorded video there with Jay. Then he comes live at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And don't forget, we got the UFC show with Brad and Mills on Saturday following the morning show. So make sure you tune in for that big UFC card for Miami on Saturday night. Get those picks from Brad and Mills here on the channel. David Racy with his short series. Javon will be back soon with his parlay as well. That's going to do it here for the show. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from Nate.